Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is Sunday, August 23rd, just about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Back out here in the bee yard for some routine inspections. However, not so routine because it's been 3 weeks to the day since the last time I inspected the colonies. So I'm over here at hive number 4. They've been back in a 10 frame for quite some time now. I just smoked them down so the bees actually vacated the front porch area. There has been a pretty decent amount of bees on the front porch, and honestly that's probably going to be the intro because I can't remember what was going on with this colony last. This was the very first queen that I marked this year, quite a few months ago now, so I'll be checking for that. They have been provided, unlike the other hives that you see a medium box on, this is also a medium. However, this was one of the supers that we harvested this year. So what I was going to say is, unlike the other colonies that were provided a medium box with with 10 frames of new foundation, this colony received 10 frames of drawn foundation. They're also being fed sugar water via a division board in hive feeder. So, first things first, I'm curious to see how they've been using the sugar water, if they've been storing it as food in the top box, and or if the queen has ventured up into the top box and started expanding the brood chamber. So, I'm not going to find out by talking about it, so let's get into the hive and see if we can figure out what they've been doing. Well, if the camera can pick up on that or not, they've definitely been storing the nectar. Let me move the smoker over here because it's actually smoking me. So that's good. And I have noticed that in the past, the frames that are typically directly over the feeder are the ones to get worked the most if they're new, or to have the most sugar water stored in them because, well, it's the most efficient place to store food. It's directly above the feeder. Yeah, a whole bunch of nectar, sugar water being stored, which is great, because I do not plan on adding candy boards this year to help the hives overwinter. That's why I added medium boxes and have been feeding them pretty heavily. So if the frames are new, they can draw out wax, eventually store sugar water, and or provide an expansion area for the queen to lay eggs in. So I'm not really surprised because these frames were already drawn out, but it is nice to see the bees using the space. Some frames are being used better than others, but that's kind of to be expected. I don't see any brood just yet, so that makes me believe the queen is still sticking to the bottom box, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Eventually, if it's anything like one of the hives, I did this for the first time last year as a bit of an experiment. If it's anything like that, they will definitely start expanding, or the queen will start expanding the brood chamber to the top box. I think it was hive number 3 I did that with last year for the first time, just to see if the bees would use the space wisely, and I was blown away. I looked back at the initial post and then the last post I made and video, and I think it took them about 6 to 8 weeks to completely draw out a new medium box with new frames of foundation, and for the queen to completely lay in every single frame. So it's pretty impressive. These outside frames I think are still new, like they're not really, yeah, they're not working them too much. Not sure why, but you know, they're gonna do what they want. This third frame looks pretty good though. Yeah, it's got some nice brood on this side, some small pupated larvae surrounding the uncapped brood, or surrounding the capped brood around the center there. This side's more of a food store. Take a look at that side in a second. This side looks like it has a ton of small pupated larvae, maybe some eggs. It's hard to see in the dark comb, but sometimes you can see enough. Oh yeah, ton of eggs. Yeah, ton of eggs throughout. The reason I was going to say I was going to look at this side in a second just because it's so open, but as soon as you shine a light in it, all of those open cells have either eggs or pupated larvae that are probably 4 to 5 days old, judging by the size. There we go. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much the middle, even though it's being ran as a 9 frame. Yeah, nice looking brood there, both sides. It's a pretty solid brood frame. Some pollen scattered throughout and just some uncapped brood surrounding the capped brood. Same thing on this side. You can already, even though it's not sunny out, you can easily see eggs. Yeah. Eggs all over in all the uncapped cells. Same on this side. Yeah, this colony's gonna have a noticeable increase in bees here in the next few weeks. That was just a clean cup, just a dry cell. Yeah, they will have a whole bunch more bees come mid-September. This is one of those frames, I've probably said it in almost every video. I really wish the queen would start laying some eggs in these cells because it'd be so easy to see. But for some reason, she has not ventured in or on to that frame yet. Got a few frames to go, 2 exactly. They're both new looking frames, but I'd almost put money on that I would find the queen on one of these frames because I believe that has happened for quite a few inspections now, just avoiding me. I almost thought I was going to see the queen on this side just by the amount of bees, but it doesn't look like it. Alright, well, she's here somewhere because they have a ton of brood, a ton of eggs, but you're not going to find her every single time, so nothing to really worry about. Let's get them boxed back up, and I'll have to make some sugar water later today and probably feed them tomorrow because it looks like they're dry. Yeah, overall not bad, especially with having a medium box with drawn foundation. I'm sure that's helping. What I did is probably not helping, but Yeah, the medium box withdrawn foundation and being provided sugar water. They're using the sugar water somewhat what I want to see and somewhat not, but it's all right. All right, well, that's hive number 4. Queen right without finding the queen, just because there's plenty of eggs and brood and everything. Yeah, so give them about 2 weeks. Come between the 1st and 2nd week of September, I'll take another look at them, and that'll be pretty much it for the fall. I'll top off their feeder, and that should get them into the fall, pretty much when the goldenrod starts to bloom, and a few other things, asters I believe, and a few late season food sources that they can capitalize on for winter stores. All right, well, hey, that does it for this week. Hive number 4, routine inspection. This is what I was trying to show you in the intro. Not as much as other colonies, however, I mean, they do have the entrance reducer on, but decent amount of activity on the front porch, which is not the best way to gauge how your hive is doing by looking at the front porch, which is why you have to inspect, but you can make a few determinations by front porch activity. All right, that does it for this week. If you're in or around Jacksonville, North Carolina, and looking for some local honey, we have some remaining of our spring harvest. If you use the Book Now button on Facebook and Instagram, you can make an appointment on the Square website, and by doing so, you'll have to pay in advance, but that also helps both of us continue social distancing, and I can leave it on the porch for easy pickup, or I can leave it in our mailbox, whatever you prefer. Just shoot us a message with the details, or actually put the details in your order, or when you place your order. And that's that. So yeah, if you're looking for some local honey, you can get some from us. That does it for hive number 4. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like these videos, hit the thumbs up, and if you ring the bell, you'll receive notifications of future videos, and I'd really appreciate it if you were to subscribe to the channel. All right, that does it for now. Give it about 2 weeks, and we'll take another look at hive number 4. There we go, a few foragers coming back from the field. Maybe we can see a few coming in with some pollen. Doesn't look like too many are, but you never know. You might find or see one or two. All right, everybody, thanks for watching.